No one told you to marry him, but you were just so in love. So now you got to stand behind your man. And homie's out front. Touch your neighbor and say, why he's picking on you definitely today. Amen. See, you got to watch who names you. Amen. See, that's why some of these sisters keep that hyphen there. The reason she would keep that hyphen in her name is a way of saying to you, say, you can't afford to buy it out. I've gotten so much as Mary Dillon. And you're John. That was nice of your parents to name your first name after your last name, John. That's so cute. But now you're asking me to marry you, and as Dillon, I got my PhD. As Dillon, I land me a job making $70,000 a year. I got my own business. I gross $1 million a year. Now, John, I mean, listen, you look good. You've put that activate in your hair, and your curls are curling. But John, I understand that you don't ever, when we go out to eat, I'm usually paying because for some reason, you never have any credit cards, John, and where you work at again? I've never heard of that company before, and I haven't seen a paycheck from you yet, and you want to marry me, so what are you going to bring to where do you live? You still live with your parents, and you're 34 years old, and do you have any real estate anywhere? Well, I have to consider about marrying you, but she may marry him. See, she take on just that last name so she can have legal sex with him. But I'm going to keep Dillon. Because I'm going to be Mary Dillon John, because my accomplishments is in Dillon, and I just use John, as. Oh, I know. I need to get. I know. We need to move on away from here. But if he cannot buy out that name, now, if it was maybe someone like John Johnson says, "Oh yes, we've heard about the Johnsons and the corporations that you've owned and the magazines that you've done," and says, "Well, will you marry me, man? Not only will I marry you, I'll give up my last name for you." Because your last name far outweighs the accomplishment that I've done in my name. I will allow you to name me. Reproduce yourself in me. Give me seed, and I'll bring you back your image multiplied. But now, homie, she has sex with him and didn't get married with him. The baby comes out with the last name of the mother. Because even dogs get licensed. Don't let any man plant in your garden until he's purchased a field. He ain't got no business messing in your garden, tickling your roses. He ain't got no business. that I need to have sex with you to see if it's going to work out between us. You give me some, baby, I'm going to marry you. Listen, if you can. See, you know what? Every house I've moved in, amen, none of them said, I can say, listen, just let me live here for about a year, and then I'll decide whether I want to buy it or not. You better go put a binder. Looking at the, see, and now you have some women, that, you know, again, there is stupidity, improper raising. Look at the engagement ring. See, that tells you a lot. See, the engagement ring is the down payment. That's the binder on the property. Now, a woman is dumb when she gives back her ring. I mean, the man tells her it's over. He said, well, here, take your ring off. Here, take your ring back. Here. That's stupid. Listen, when I went to buy a house, and after I put the binder on, I put the initial down payment. And they said, now go get the rest. If I decide after that, I say, you know, I don't like your house, I found something else better. They said, no sweat. You can go on. They didn't come back and say, here, take your down payment back, nigga. You lost your down payment. This is to compensate me for my time. Ring is supposed to be worth something of value. That if you walk out on me in 6 months, at least I can say, well, I was compensated, and I'm going to take this and pawn it. So that I can explain to my girlfriends that may be laughing that my time was not wasted. Amen. You don't give the ring back. Touch your neighbor and say, only a fool will give the ring back. It's business. Amen. Now, if he gives you some little ring, look like some kind of pre-engagement ring, like something they give in high school, he said, no, you don't think this can hold me. No, you take this and this is for one of those teenagers. You can hold them. My price is far above rubies. And even after they give you the ring, and even when you put money down on a house, they give you a deadline time when to purchase. And if you don't purchase it within the deadline time, you can lose the down payment. You put that down payment down and don't get in touch with them or mention to them about when the purchase date would be and let a year go by. They give you 90 to 120 days. Beyond that, it gets real. I mean, you be calling every day and say, listen, I'm getting the money together. They haven't approved yet, but I'm getting it together, and can you give me an extension? Well, let me call my attorney and let me see, because, you know, there's some other people here that want to buy, and we can't just be tying up for this because we got a qualified buyer. Let me bring it on down at home. Hey, listen, I know you gave me this ring. I've been waiting 6 months now, and you keep talking that talk. You're talking that jive. Let me tell you something. I'm about to take this ring off my finger, and there's some other qualified individuals out here that are ready to purchase the field. Amen. They're prepared. Amen. They're ready to plant seed. They're ready to get things moving. And you're taking a little bit too long with the property. If he hasn't given you a ring, he's not serious. That's how you tell a serious shopper, amen, from an unserious one. Amen. If he hasn't put any money down on a relationship, now I'm not talking about where he took you to a restaurant and got you a cheesesteak. I'm talking about something